श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ॐ अखण्डानन्दसम्बोधः वन्दनाद्यस्य जायते गोविन्दं तमहं वन्दे चिदानन्दतनुं गुरुम्. So yesterday we saw pratyakshadi virodhena vācyayoho na upapadyate tattvampadayoḥ aikyam lakṣyayoho eva siddhyati. Pratyakshadi virodhena, because of the contradiction, virodha, contradiction with respect to the pratyaksha, etc., direct perception, etc., pramanas, means of right knowledges. Vācyayoho, tattvampadayoḥ, vācyayoho aikyam navadyate. The identity, aikyam, the identity between the tat and tvam word meaning, the meaning, cannot be gained through the word meaning. Vācyārtha, we call it. So we saw there are two kinds of meanings possible for a word. One is vācyārtha, the other is lakṣyārtha. Vācyārtha word meaning, lakṣyārtha implied meaning. Vācyārtha is also called as śrīguruḥ. The logicians call it śrīguruḥ. Shakti sambandha. This word, what is Shakti? This word has this meaning, this kind of a decision by the will by Ishvara, the intention by Ishvara is called as Shakti, power. The association with the word and the object as intended by Ishvara, as willed by Ishvara, as desired by Ishvara is called as Shakti. So that Shakti is a śrīguruḥ. That is what is called as vācyārtha. Though for our purpose the vācyārtha is not necessary, we only resort to the lakṣyārtha with respect to the tattvamasi, etc., the tattvamasi mahavakyas. But with respect to the worldly transaction, vācyārtha is the primary thing which we resort to. If there is no vācyārtha, then please pour some water. If you are going to ask, please pour some water, and that fellow does not understand what water is, and he implies it to be fire or acid, then what will be your situation? So, vācyārtha, and that is why Kavi Kalidasa, Mahakavi Kalidasa, he is greatest of all the poets. There can be no equivalent to him. So, Kalidasa, in his Megha Sandesha, the first sloka of Megha Sandesha is greatest of works. Megha Sandesha, the message carried by the clouds. Megha Sandesha, okay? The cloud as a messenger. So, in that, the first sloka is vāgyārtho iva samprukto vāgyārtha pratipādaya jagatah pitaro vande parvati parameshvaro. Vāgyārtha iva samprukto vāgyārtha pratipādaya jagatah pitaro vande parvati parameshvaro. Vāgyārtha iva samprukto, like vāk and artha, like the word and the meaning, samprukto, associated, who? Jagatah pitaro, the parents of the world. Who are they? Parvati Parameshwaro, the Parvati and Shiva. Tam vande, aham vande, I salute them. So to gain the vāgyārtha pratipādaya, to gain the word of the word meaning, we have to understand the association between the word and the object, and that is how, like, the word and the object is inseparable. This Parvati and Parameshwara. To that inseparable Parvati and Parameshwara, who are the parents of the creation, I salute. Now, that is important. But for us, in this situation, it is not necessary. It does not give any result. So, lakṣyayoho eva aikyam siddhyati. Only through the lakṣyārtha, the aikya, the identity can be gained. Okay. Now, after saying this, the śiṣyaḥ, the disciple says, śiṣyaḥ, śiāttattvampadayoḥ svāminarthaḥ katividho mataḥ padayoḥ nu vācyārtha lakṣyārtha ubhayośca. Syād tattvampadayoḥ he svāmin Arthah katividho mataḥ. Padayoḥ konu vācyārtha. Lakṣyārtha ubhayośca kaha. Hey Swamin, O Lord, O Bhagavan, Bhagavan, Swamin, etc. are the general epithet which we refer to the Guru. Okay, so Guruji, Gurudev, Guru Bhagavan, all that. So he says, Hey Swamin, tattvampadayoḥ, ubhayoḥ padayoḥ, tat and tvam, these two words, arthah katividho mataḥ syāt. How many types? Katividho, vidah means type. So how many types? Vida prakare. How many types the meanings are accepted for the tat and tvam? The words tat and tvam. Okay. Now, ubhayośca padayośca konu vācyārtha, konu lakṣyārtha. Lakṣyārtha kaha lakṣyārtha. Between the two padas, with respect to these two padas, two words, what is the word meaning and what is the implied meaning? What is the vācyārtha and what is lakṣyārtha? So he has no idea of what vācyārtha and what lakṣyārtha is generally applicable here. General knowledge he definitely has to have. How do we know that? He says, vācyaikatvavivakṣāyāṃ virodhaḥ pratīyate lakṣyārthayorabhinnatve sa kathaṃ vinivartate. He is asking very clearly, katividho, how many types? And if he has no idea of what kind of and how many types, then how can he ask how many types? Okay, generally speaking, he may have a general, not even a general idea. He is just asking, is there many types? How many types? So we don't know. That is also a possibility. But let us understand that. vācyaikatvavivakṣāyāṃ virodhaḥ kaha pratīyate. lakṣyārthayorabhinnatve kaha sa kathaṃ vinivartate. In the first shloka which we took today, which was the last shloka of yesterday, he said pratyakshādi virodhena. That is how we started. Pratyakshādi virodhena. Because there is a contradiction with the direct perception, etc. We don't resort to the word meaning. We resort only to the implied meaning. We said this. So now he is asking with reference to that. He says, vācyaikatvavivakṣāyāṃ. Vācyaikatvavivakṣāyāṃ. If we are going to resort to the word meaning and try to gain the identity between the tat and tvam words, then ko virodhaḥ pratīyate. What is the contradiction we see? Pratīyate, see, perceived. What is the contradiction that is perceived? I don't understand. Is there any contradiction? Is there any possibility of any contradiction there? I have no idea. You said pratyaksha because there is a contradiction with pratyaksha. But what is that? I don't know. And without knowing that, what is the point in going to resorting to the lakṣyārtha? If there is no contradiction, then I have to stick to the vācyārtha, the word meaning. If there is contradiction, then what kind of contradiction? Why should we resort to the lakṣyārtha? We have to understand that, right? So in Purvamīmaṁsa, when we say chodana lakṣaṇārtho dharma, yaga dereva dharma, etc. What is dharma? So athato dharma jignāsa, that is the first sutra. Now we are going to discuss about what dharma is. Then by the word dharma, the adharma is also implied. The commentator will say, the commentators will say, we understand that by the word dharma, we also are going to inquire into the adharma. Athato dharma jignāsa, desire to know. Jignāsa, desire to know. Jnātamichcha, jignāsa. Okay, desire to know what dharma is. Now we are going to begin that. But when we say dharma, it is not just dharma we are going to discuss. We are also going to discuss what adharma is. Why? We are not discussing about adharma for you to follow it, for you to avoid it. Dharma you have to follow, and adharma you have to know to not follow. If you don't know, without knowing, you will be following adharma. So to avoid adharma, you have to know what adharma is. Similarly, here, when you are going to take the word meaning, if there is a contradiction, what kind of contradiction exists there? I have to know. So once I know that, then lakṣyārthayoḥ. I am going to resort to the lakṣyārtha, the implied meaning. And if I am going to resort to the implied meaning of the word tat and tvam, then abhinnatve sah kathaṃ vinivartate. In the previous shloka, he said aikya. Now he says abhinna, abheda. All these are same synonyms. Okay. So for the identity, if I am going to resort to the implied meaning, then saha kathaṃ vinivartate. How is that contradiction? Saha virodhaḥ. That contradiction, how does it get resolved? I have to know that. So there is this contradiction if I am going to resort to the word meaning, and that does not exist because of these reasons. I have to understand that, right? So please tell me that. Not just that. ekatvakathane kokava lakṣaṇātrorarīkṛtā etatsarvaṃ karuṇayā samyaktvaṃ pratipādaya. ekatvakathane kava lakṣaṇātrorarīkṛtā etatsarvaṃ karuṇayā samyaktvaṃ pratipādaya. ekatvakathane, for the identity, abhinnatve, ekatve. So for the identity, to gain the non-dual knowledge, atra, here, with respect to the tat and tvam pada, kava lakṣaṇātrorarīkṛtā. What kind of lakṣana you have accepted? Urarīkṛtā means decided upon. What is that which is decided upon to gain the knowledge of non-duality? Through lakṣana means lakṣyārtha. See, this establishes that this fellow knows what is vācyārtha and what is lakṣyārtha. He has some idea. How do you know that? Because kava lakṣana, what is the lakṣana you are using? Because in the implied meanings, there are three different kinds of implied meanings which we'll see. So which kind of implied meaning are you resorting to? That we have to know. So which is that we are resorting to? He says, he asks that question. Okay, etatsarvaṃ, all these. So why I have to not resort to the word meaning? What is the problem there if I resort to the word meaning? And why should I resort to the implied meaning? If the problems will not arise if I resort to the implied meaning. And what is the kind of implied meaning I have to resort to? All these you have to please tell me. etatsarvaṃ, all this, karuṇayā, through your compassion, which is your natural state. Tvam samyak pratipādaya. You nicely, as you always do, nicely establish this. This is what is the question of the doubt of the disciple. Now, śrīguruḥ, the Guru answers. Beautiful now. ṛṇuṣvāvahito vidvannadya phalitaṃ tapaḥ vācyārthaśrutimātreṇa samyagjñānaṃ bhaviṣyati. ṛṇuṣvāvahito vidvannadya phalitaṃ tapaḥ vācyārthaśrutimātreṇa samyagjñānaṃ bhaviṣyati. Beautiful shloka this is. Hey vidvan. Why is it beautiful shloka? There are important points which are hidden here. What is that? First is Hey vidvan. Oh intelligent one. What is something hidden here? See, when the disciple came to the Guru identified him as Oh intelligent one. Okay, he called him Oh intelligent one. Then in between, in the previous doubt, the Guru called him Oh you idiot. Now he is coming back to Oh intelligent one. You have to understand the Guru's words, even if it is a curse kind of in the world, idiot, derogatory. But when it is coming from the Guru, that is a blessing. There is no word which is bad from the Guru's mouth. It is all blessing to the disciple. So when he calls him idiot, he loves him. He calls him idiot. That's the thing. Okay. So, hey idiot. No, hey, not a idiot. He is saying, oh intelligent one. Okay. Avahitaha shrunusva. Avahitaha, vaha prapane. To be carried away. Avahitaha, not carried away, means with focused mind, shrunusva, or avarakshane, with a controlled mind. Avarakshane, to protect, to control, with a controlled mind, with a mind which is protected from external things. Shrunusva, listen to me. Okay, that is the second thing. Adyate tapaḥ phalitam. Adyate tapaḥ. With one you can remove that. Okay. Now first thing is avahita shrunusa. Listen to me carefully, focused. Ekagra. Okay, with focused mind. Adyate tapaḥ phalitam. Adya, today, te, your tapaḥ, penance, phalitam is fructified, has achieved its fruit. Adya, today, the tapas, the penance which you have performed for all these, not these years, these births, so many births, past births, today it has come to fructification. What is tapas? Tapas generally penance. What is tapas? Tapas from the root word we have already seen. Tapas means tapas santape. To accept the pain. Santapa means experiencing the pain, trouble, getting burnt. So here accepting the pain wantedly. Accepting it with love. Meaning, without complaining, if you are going to accept the pain, that is what is tapas. See, when we are going to be, like we saw the hell, different kinds of hell. When somebody is going to be fried in that hell, I'm not going to say you because you have come to hear. In adyate tapaphalitam, the fruits have fructified. So not you. Okay. Those who are going to go to hell, they are going to be fried in that oil or whatever that is. So there they will be complaining, they'll be crying. Now here, even that kind of trouble, you are going to accept it. Accepting, that is why tapas, there can be different kinds of tapas. Like in Ramayana, when Shabari is spoken about, it is said she is doing tapas. What is the kind of tapas? Staying alone itself is a tapas. She doesn't need to do anything. She was waiting for Rama. That waiting and staying alone, waiting for Rama itself is a great tapas. And swadhyayo satyam vada dharmanjara swadhyaya anma pramada. After that it says swadhyaya eveti nako maudgalyah tadditapas. Taittiriya Upanishad says that satya, speaking satya, truth is tapas. Practicing dharma, your duty is tapas. Studying shastra is tapas. There are different kinds of tapas. Staying alone is tapas. Eating food with restrictions is tapas. Practicing mauna is tapas. Practicing fasting is tapas. Practicing sense control is tapas. There can be many different kinds of tapas. Okay? So, whatever you are practicing, when that is going to generate pain and you are going to accept that pain, then that is kind of tapas. Okay? Now, te tapaha, all these penance which you have performed in all these janmas, all these births, has fructified. That is an important thing. Then, vācyārthaśrutimātreṇa samyagjñānaṃ bhaviṣyati. Another third point, beautiful point. vācyārthaśrutimātreṇa, vākya, tattvamasya, the mahavākya, artha, the meaning, śrutimatrena, shruti means shravana, listening, matrena, alone. By listening to the vācyārtha, the meaning of mahavākya alone, samyagjñānaṃ bhaviṣyati. The right knowledge takes place. The right knowledge takes place only through the hearing of the mahavakyas, the meaning of mahavakyas. Now, vācyārthaśrutimātreṇa means there can be two interpretations possible. By only listening to that, then practicing something, following it, or only listening to that, over. That means there is no practice afterwards. So, there are two possibilities. By only listening to this and doing whatever necessary with respect to that, you can gain, or only listening is enough. There is no need to do anything after that. So, we accept the second, the latter thing, which is only listening to this. That is Shravana. Yes. Shravana itself is good enough. Shravana itself is enough. There is nothing needed. Then why is this Shruti saying, Shruttavyo mantavyo nididhyasitavyah? You have to listen, you have to reflect, you have to meditate upon it. Why should this Shruti say? Now, this listening, reflecting, meditating, etc., there is a meaning here. To understand that, I will explain a story later. I'll still tell that. Okay. Yavat tattvampadayoḥ arthah samyagbhicāryate tāvadeva śrīguruḥ bandhah mrityu samsāra lakṣaṇah. Yavad na tattvampadayoḥ arthah samyagbhicāryate tāvad eva nirnām bandhah mrityu samsāra lakṣaṇah. Yavad, until tattvampadayoḥ samyagjñānaṃ. The artha, the meaning of tat and tvam words is not properly investigated. Vicharyate. Until you don't investigate, until you don't inquire into the meaning of the proper meaning of the tat and tvam, till then, wait. There is a problem here. Na vicharyate. Until you don't inquire into it. What is the problem? In the previous shloka, when we said śrutimātreṇa, by just listening to the meaning of tattvaṃ, everything is done. You don't have to do anything else. There is no manana, nididhyasana, etc. individually. Now here he says, na vicharyate, until you don't inquire into. Inquiring is manana. Inquiring is manana. So he says, until you don't do that, you are not going to gain knowledge. You are not going to gain moksha. So we have to understand this na vicharyate. See, now I am going to introduce you to that story. In Sringeri, one of the 4 mataḥs, one of the 4 seats which Bhagavan Bhāshyakara established, I was invited for a lecture in Brahma Sutra 4th chapter, the first and second padas. Okay, the first and second parts, that is what I had to give lecture on. So after finishing the lecture, I came down and there was this old sannyasini. Okay, so old woman monk, sannyasini means woman monk. So she came to me and she asked me, can I ask you a question? I said, yes. I want to ask something. Yes, I said, okay. She said, after Shravana, the manana which we do, I said, wait. She said, what? I said, are you telling me or are you asking me? I don't understand. See, let me explain. If you are telling me this, I say, oh, I don't know about this. Okay. Now I'm asking you a question. Then what you ask is wrong. The question itself is wrong. How? You are establishing it yourself, I said. I don't understand, she said. I said, okay, I'll explain it. Shravana, after Shravana, the manana which we do after Shravana, which you said, is absolutely wrong. It is not absolutely wrong. It is wrong. It is not absolutely correct. That way we can say. It is not necessary that we have to do individually the manana after Shravana. Because Shravana itself is a process where you apply manana. You reflect upon. You inquire into the teaching. Otherwise, after I said, no, that is wrong, you should go sit. How it is wrong, how it is wrong, how it is wrong. You have to meditate and then you have to come back and you have to ask how. You have to, he said it is wrong. So you have to inquire into it, right? So the moment I said you are wrong, you asked me how. That means you are trying to process it. Processing means inquiring. It does not stop with this Vedanta itself. In any subject, when we are discussing about any subject, we are trying to fit it according to the pattern of our intelligence or the understanding which we have already gained. We are trying to understand using that. So, if we understand, we are happy. If we don't understand, we ask questions. So, that is because of the inquiry process which takes place. So, Shravana by itself includes Manana. And in some people who don't have that kind of a clarity, who don't have that kind of purity, they have to process it later. Okay, so samyagjñānaṃ until you don't inquire into the tattantam words properly, tavadeva nirnam bandha, only till there is bondage. What is bondage? Mrityu samsara lakṣaṇah bandha, the bondage which is of the nature of the mrityu samsara, the samsara of the form of death, birth and death. The samsara that is of the form of birth means of death also. Birth and death. Birth and death is the cycle of birth and death is samsara, and that samsara is a bondage. Okay, so only till that you have this bondage. Avastha satchidananda akhandekarasaropini moksha siddhyati vācyārtha aparokṣaඥāna tassatāṃ. Avastha sat chit ananda akhanda ekarasa rupini moksha siddhyati vācyārtha aparokṣaඥānatah satāṃ. Satāṃ for the sadhus, for the people who have understood that Sat is or I am Sat, both ways. Sat, Brahman is Sat, I am the self. Whichever way you accept, both ways, it can be proper. Sat, sadhu. Sadhu is a word which means nice generally. The word we can say, okay, nice, nice. Instead of saying nice, nice or okay, okay, you can say sadhu, sadhu. But with reference to the scriptures, sadhu means sadhnoti param karyamiti sadhu. The one who works for, strives for gaining the absolute. Param. Sadhnoti, one who practices, strives. One who strives to gain the knowledge of absolute. But sadhnoti para karyam iti na sadhu. That is not what sadhu is. Generally, that is also what people think is sadhu, but that is not what we accept as sadhu. Sadhnoti para karyam. One who helps others, works for others. That philanthropy work also is sadhu. But that is not what is meant in scriptures. For them, there is another word. Sevarthi, a person who is interested in doing service, service minded, service oriented. He cannot be called a sadhu. Okay, now people who run old age homes, ashrams, orphanages, who serve food, who serve others in different ways, whatever, they are not in the path of gaining the knowledge. They are in the path of serving the people, serving things. That's all. Okay. So, vācyārtha aparokṣaඥānatah. Aparokṣaඥānatah, through the immediate knowledge. Aparoksha. Paroksha means mediate. Aparoksha means immediate. Through the immediate knowledge of vācyārtha, of the word meaning, of the meaning of the sentence, tattvamasi, vakya, tattvamasi vakya, moksha siddhyati. Moksha is gained. But what is moksha? Sat, chit, ananda, akhanda, ekarasarupini avastha. The state, avastha, the state, with reference to other state, this is also refers to a state. Moksha is also refers to a state. Okay. So, moksha, which is of the nature of Sat, existence, Chit, knowledge, consciousness, Ananda, bliss, Akhanda, non-dual, Nakhanda iti Akhanda, absolute, non-dual, Ekarasa means of one nature, changeless, transformationless nature. That kind of nature, moksha, is gained. Only for the one who has the knowledge of the immediate knowledge of the Mahavakya. Okay, we'll see this. ఓం పూర్ణమదః పూర్ణమిదం పూర్ణాత్ పూర్ణముదచ్యతే పూర్ణస్య పూర్ణమాదాయ పూర్ణమేవావశిష్యతే. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి.